Parents at a Medina County school district have reached out to News 5 asking for help. They say there have been several concerning incidents. Their elementary school-age children are getting off the bus with injuries, and sometimes they're let off in the wrong spot or they're getting on the wrong bus altogether. Those parents say they just want better safety protocols in place. Only on News 5, our Jesse Schultz went to Buckeye local schools to get some answers.
Sarah Hamlin gets nervous every time she sends her 5-year-old daughter Lyra off to Buckeye Primary.
I have yet to see results in my child's safety, and I'm concerned, and I have no choice but to send her.
Back in February, Lyra got off the bus and was complaining of a headache. After a doctor's visit, Hamlin says it was a confirmed concussion, but says when she asked Buckeye local schools what happened, they didn't know.
My child was fine when I sent her to school that morning, and then she gets off the bus and is clearly not acting right.
And while that raised a red flag, she was even more concerned when Lyra, who was supposed to be dropped off at daycare earlier this month, was dropped off at home.
The bus driver just left her, a 5-year-old child. My neighbor found her and called me and was like, "Hey, where's your daughter supposed to be at?"
Hamlin says the school called it a mix-up and put in place a safety checklist for Lyra's transportation. But she says this is not the first time it has happened to a student. Earlier this year, Janisha Lyon says her 6-year-old daughter Prestige was also dropped off at her stop with no adults or siblings around.
It was only because of the grace of God that another parent took my daughter, brought her home. She walked my daughter home because my daughter didn't know where she was going. What if my child was released to a predator, and not a parent who cared and brought my child home?
She says several other times this year her daughter has not been on the right bus. But when she would call the school in a panic asking where her daughter is,
they said, no, she did get off the bus. I said, no, she didn't. Her sister's out there, they said she didn't get off the bus. Oh, well, let us call and see what's going on. Give us a few minutes, we'll call you back.
Lyon says the school often did not know that she got on the wrong bus.
I asked, I said, how could she miss the bus? Isn't it y'all's job to make sure she gets on the bus? She's a kindergartner.
I spoke to Buckeye Local Schools Superintendent Jeff Harrison on the phone. He tells me they are investigating one bus incident that he knows of where safety protocol was not followed, and says corrective action and additional protocols have been put in place, adding if other parents have additional concerns to immediately report it so it can be made right. Superintendent Harrison went on to say that student safety is their #1 priority, whether it be on a bus, in a classroom, or on school grounds, and says if and when a situation arises, they act swiftly to correct it. Reporting in Medina, Jesse Schultz, News 5.